Hello everyone! Hello, and welcome to this little prelude episode we'll go with to the future Let's Play series of Let's Play XCOM Enemy Unknown, folks. I said I would be recording this sort of part 0 video before we get on with the main LP per se, as I had announced in the update video I uploaded a few days ago on the channel, in that whilst I was looking to do a Let's Play of this game, I have requested for you guys to give me submissions for characters to use in this LP, folks, and to use for our squad to save the world against the alien menace, folks. And I figured I'd also use this video because, gathering from the comments, not everyone is very well aware of what XCOM is and the type of game it is, that sort of thing. So I thought it would also be a good idea just to quickly show off the game as well in something that won't be at all related to the actual LP per se, folks. Made kind of sense to me. So, what we're going to be doing is I will be showing you how to create a character, and then I'll be asking you to put in your submissions in the comment section below, and also a couple rules that are going to be concerning how I'm going to be running things. So we'll get to that when we do. But before that is, I figure I'll show you a little bit of the tutorial of the game, just to give you a slice of what a lot of the game is about. I'm not going to tutorial everything in this game, because the rest of it I can teach you, but the actual combat made sense to show you, folks. So, we are going to be loading a single-player game. Now, it makes absolutely no difference what I do here, so I'm just going to ignore this moment, but we do want to enable the tutorial. And it doesn't matter what I choose. I'll also show you the beginning as well, because I can. Again, there may be some people here that are well aware of how XCOM works, and that's fine, but there are certainly enough people that don't know what the game's about, so ignore that. Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe, or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. I'm not sure this is how Arthur C. Clarke sounds. What can you do for now? Cool party device, eh?
In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed.
This is actually the first time I've ever played this game in HD. Which is interesting.
Good luck, Commander.
When I first played through this game, I still was running on my standard def TV, so it's the first time I've actually seen it in HD, which is kind of cool. Because I've certainly not played this game for
Mayday! It is Piper! The thing is all of us jumping out!
That was the last transmission, sir.
Patch me through to Voodoo 3-1.
Alright! Get ready to go then. Operation Devil's Moon. I think the guy will give us a... I think he gives a little brief video, doesn't he? Remember so correctly for this.
You were
Yes.
being deployed to Germany. At 1900 hours Zulu, several unidentified objects fell to Earth. After ruling out the possibility of a downed satellite, we now believe these objects to be extraterrestrial in nature. Shortly after impact, German officials received reports of mass hysteria and freak weather around one of the impact zones. Then things went dark. At 2100 hours, a chopper carrying a German military recon team went down in the area after they reported being fired upon. As you know, Germany is a member of the Council, and they have requested our assistance. Our mission is to assess the situation on the ground, ascertain the current status of the German recon team, and investigate the extraterrestrial objects. Central out.
Very good. I don't think Cologne knows what's about to hit it. Oh dear.
Central, this is Big Sky. Looks like we found the crash site.
Roger, Voodoo 3-1. Any sign of activity?
Negative. Nothing's moving down there.
Okay. Set her down nearby.
So yeah, so what this little tutorial bit here will provide is just a little bit of a general idea for how the battle mechanics of this game works. There's the whole other side to it with the overworld sections, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'll get to that in the main LP proper. Those are some big guns they've got there, folks.
Central, you getting all this?
Copy that, Delta Squad. First things first, let's get you out of the open and into cover. Whatever did this could still be out there. Delta 1, take point. Take cover behind that debris directly in front of you.
Right, folks. So, yeah, you need to use the left stick to move people around. When people move, they've got sort of two movements if you there's every character, folks. So, for example, well, we'll move this guy into cover because where we are, we're pretty darn vulnerable. And that'll take out one of his movements. You can move 2 times a turn.
Good. Now advance to the vehicle nearby.
So now we've entered this second phase. You can tell the different phases by the colour of the outline. So,
Delta 2, your turn. Move up to the debris. That thing isn't going to offer you much cover, but it's better than nothing. There's full cover straight ahead. Advance to that position.
yes, as well, being that the game is mainly cover-based, folks, different types of cover will offer you different types of protection. This little half shield means it's better than nothing, but it may not be a lot of use. Whereas there are areas where you'll find a full shield, which will offer you far better protection.
Delta 3, move to that vehicle dead ahead.
The problem is sometimes is trying to figure out what is and isn't full cover. And luckily you can highlight over a spot and it will give you a preview of what the cover is. Luckily it's values.
Central, I have movement. 30 meters north of my position. Police vehicle.
Roger. Proceed to the next vehicle for a better vantage point.
There we can move up there. So you see how this car has got full cover, yet this car only offers half. So that's just
Delta 4, go check it out. It's a long way from your position, and there's no available cover between here and there, so you better double time it.
Of course, you don't have to move in separate points. You can use both turns at once by dashing, which will, takes you both across both. Both.
Holy hell!
That
What
bad?
do you see, Delta 4?
Damn.
Report.
Is that normal off the Revelations?
Looks like one of the recon teams, sir. It looks like.
What are you doing in Germany? You should be like.
Is that your man, Delta 4?
Negative, sir.
We ain't got to that.
That's someone else.
Dr. Valen, what's he saying?
He is saying, help me. That radio transmission is coming from somewhere north of the squad's current position, based on its strength, probably from inside a structure.
Thank you, Doctor. Delta,
Yeah.
advance
No,
and
Carl,
infiltrate
these
that
things
building.
concern both
And remember,
turns.
stay in cover.
Alright, and so what we want to do is, well, we'll just advance towards that building now. Do a bit more dashing. Annoying the game it fixes you, tells you where you have to go, but it's... So as I say, we can do that. Both turns used, so that's...
Central, I got a lot of blood here.
You do?
Roger. See where it's coming from.
Want to move that one, I think?
Central, I
Ugh.
think I just found another one of the recon team. Or what's left of him. But this doesn't make sense. Looks like he's been dead for a week.
Even more perplexing is the cause of death. It appears that he was eviscerated when something burst out of him from the inside.
Sir, I have visual on the object. Permission to approach.
It's the only cover between you and that building. Permission granted.
Ah, these things.
Talk to me, soldier. What is it?
I got no idea what this thing is, but I can confirm that it's no satellite.
Roger. All right, Delta Squad. You're almost to the building. Keep moving.
These things, bit strange in nature, although in regards to pure battle aspects, they do offer full cover. More often than not. So they're quite useful, but the problem is you can't,
Okay,
it's a very
people.
small bit of cover,
Now let's
although
get
it is
inside.
very, very effective. So, you know, it's a bit touchy.
Delta 1, there's a window in front of you. Let's take a look.
In position. Looks clear.
Copy that. Get in there and get to cover.
Yeah. Vandal!
Delta 2, that door's in our way. Take it down.
So yeah, so sunlight here,
Solid
you need to
copy.
get inside, so we're not even going to bother to do it. If you wanted to, you could in theory go to an end of that and then move on, but you might lose out on a couple of movement points. Because once you use one turn in moving, it doesn't carry over to your second turn unless you're dashing, in which case. Who's that?
Central, we have eyes on the target. He's armed.
Copy, Delta 3. Okay, everyone. Get into position nearby, but do not approach. Doctor, see if you can communicate with him. Tell him to drop his weapon.
I will try. Hallo, können Sie mich hören?
Yeah, a bit of German there.
Wir sind hier, Ihnen zu helfen. Bitte lassen Sie Ihre Waffen fallen. He appears to be in shock.
Keep your eyes open, people. I don't like the looks of this.
Nor do I.
Delta 3, move in and disarm him. Carefully.
Is this a good idea? And the barrels disappear, just note that one. Never mind.
My God.
Uh-oh. Ow! Oh dear. Uh-oh.
He's down! Delta 1 is down!
Well, this went to shit real fast.
We're taking fire from multiple X-rays.
This guy's got me pinned down, taking heavy fire!
Damn it. Delta 2, you're flanked too. Find some better cover.
So yeah, so a lot of the idea in regards to combat, folks, is trying to flank the enemy where possible. You know, you get all of the cover bonuses here from all the protection, but if you're flanking the enemy, it's completely and utterly irrelevant. And you also get a massive bonus to critical hit chances. I'll show you what I mean here, for example. You come over here.
All right, Delta 2, weapons free. Get ready to fire.
See, now we've come over to this this alien's here side. You see the percentages hitting it and its critical hit are extremely high. Wow, that was crap.
Nice shot. Delta 4, you're freed up to move. Get out of there and get into cover.
So now that you know, this character here is being flanked by the alien down here, folks. So we need to try and first of all get into some cover, a bit of protection.
Now toss your grenade at the enemy in front of you.
Do there. But because the alien is in full cover, you can see the percentages are hitting, and you know it's not great. 40%, you know that's not great. It's a virtual coin toss, folks. So this is where cover is exceptionally important, especially early game, very important. Unfortunately for us, folks, we have these things, frag grenades. They are free aiming. We can throw these wherever we like, assuming we can get there. Bye! It does a straight 3 damage. Unfortunately, is the alien tail. I love explosions.
Now get ready for their counterattack.
So now our turn's
Look
over,
out,
so it's
Delta
now the
4.
alien's
There's
turn.
another one coming in behind you.
Again, no cover.
Damn it.
Wasted.
It's just you now, Delta 2. Let's tip the odds in our favor. Look around for a position where you can flank the enemy.
You can also turn the camera as well, folks, using the D-pad, so you can get an idea for... Try and get a different idea for where you want to go. Like, for example, that'd be a nice wet place to flank this enemy, because, of course, from where we are, not got a great shot on it. But we can get here in one turn.
That's it. You
And
have
then
a
use the
clear
second
shot from
turn
that
to
position.
attack.
Fire.
And that's the rough basis for manoeuvring the game. There's far more to it than that, of course. But that's the, especially early on, that's
Central,
the general basics.
I think that's it. It's over.
Basically, whatever you do, don't get
Roger
flanked.
that, Delta. Secure the bodies and head back to the Sky Ranger for immediate extraction.
Stuff of nightmares, folks. The stuff of nightmares. But yeah, if you start getting flanked, you're going to lose people. And if you start losing people, you're going to lose the game eventually. It is absolutely imperative you keep characters alive. We have to choose someone for a main base, but for the purposes of this run, it is irrelevant where I choose.
Affirmative. We are coming home.
Completely irrelevant where I choose. It's not important.
What are they?
Whatever they are, they nearly took out a squad of our best soldiers. If you'll excuse me, doctors, the commander is waiting in mission control.
Their technology is far beyond ours.
Then I'd say our work is cut out for us, Doctor.
God damn you, Varlin.
Welcome to XCOM HQ, Commander.
That's us!
I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Well, thank you, Bradford. Thank you very much for that. For your approval. Yes, there's an entire different part of the game, the whole,
to the barracks.
the overview
Commander
sort of
to
part of
the
the game,
barracks.
folks. But we won't touch on this much right now. It's not important. We will quickly head into the barracks, though.
Commander, the soldier is waiting for you in the armory, which is located there in the barracks.
And that is this guy, Mr. Raul Rodriguez. Hey.
Only one recruit from Delta Squad made it back alive from our last mission, Commander. And I'd say a promotion is in order.
I agree. I agree. So, you can see that the little yellow sign, which means he can be promoted.
As you know, Commander, every soldier is different. This particular soldier has shown an aptitude for heavy weapons. As he gains additional combat experience, we should continue his training along these lines.
Indeed, indeed. So, he's got a rocket launcher, folks!
This soldier will now carry a rocket launcher, in addition to his standard weapon. The aliens won't know what hit him.
You'll also notice that his main weapon there is different from the assault
Dr.
rifle.
Valen asked to see you in the research labs, Commander. It sounded important.
Yep, and it's so important, I'm not even
Commander
going
to
to
the
bother going
research
there,
labs.
because
Commander
that is not
to the
important
research
enough
labs.
right now. So, yeah, it's irrelevant what I choose, I'm not getting involved in that. So yeah, folks, so this is the soldier screen here. This was where we were containing all of our recruits in the XCOM project in order to fend off the alien menace, folks. And this is where I expect to be seeing a lot of your names. Now, I'm actually not going to load this one here. Let me load another game here. I'll show it off in a touch bit more detail. That one should do fine. So we're not going to be using that save there. I'm not running a tutorial game, folks, for the LP. But we're not running a tutorial because that's cheating a little bit. Right, so okay, so here we are. This one will do fine. So let's head back into the barracks and into here, folks. So here's a wow, this is not so good. So this is an early game one that I had. I've still got 12 people here. So there are 4 different types of classes in the game. Everyone at the basic level starts off as the little the rookie folks, which is what we all had in the last mission. There, you see, didn't have pretty basic stuff. However, there are 4 different types of actual main classes in the game, folks. So we'll go from top to bottom. We've got the heavy that we saw our guy Raoul get last time, folks. These guys are the heavy weapons guys. They've got, these light machine guns here, which are very powerful. They've also got rocket launchers, which are very effective. They've also got a variety of abilities that they can load out. They have the abilities, the great thing of XCOM is that not only do you have the 4 main classes, but you can then customize your characters further from there. So you've got you can choose a particular style you want them to. So, for example, when they get their promotion to corporal, you can have it that they can fire their weapon twice, or you can give them holo targeting. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Sergeants give like a special type of rocket, or you can give them the ability to suppress, which is what you saw the aliens do against us. So there's lots of different variations to each of the themes. There's an ice cream van outside at 6:30, and it's dark. Sorry. Another type here is the support class. Now, their weaponry is based still similarly off of the rookies, folks, whereas all the other 3 classes have their own types of special weapon that they can use. However, the support class is kind of, as you would think it is, folks. It is designed to increase the effectiveness of all the other characters around them, folks. Mainly, they can move even further distance. They can be used to assist their teammates. They can also, which is very important for them, is that they can get multiple uses out of med kits, which can be used to heal your soldiers so that they don't die in the field, because you don't want people dying. And you can die very easy in this game, as I have warned you. Don't let it happen. The 3rd type is the assault class, which is probably one of my favourites in the game. They can use the standard assault rifles here, but they can also get use of shotguns, which is really awesome, folks. They are your, send them in and just crash and bash your way through the alien menace, folks. They are very effective at close range, especially the shotguns. You can upgrade them, and a lot of their abilities are regarded between, making them even more maneuverable or get more shots out of them. They can get bonuses to like aim and critical chances if they can see multiple enemies and all sorts of business, folks. Assault classes are very useful if used correctly. If not, you're sending people to their graves. And the last type of class in the game is the snipers, folks. Pretty much, what it says in the tin. They are, the sharpshooters, basically. They can get, they are used, obviously, keep them at range, get some, some good damage done from distance. They don't have a lot of main actual health, but they do make up for with some very powerful weapons later on in the game. Early game snipers aren't so great, but mid to late game, they can be absolutely devastating. And again, they can be changed, so you can use get squad sights, so they can target any enemy that an ally can see, even if you can't in your own field of vision. Sure, you've got a direct line, or you can use the snapshot, because the only problem with sniper rifles is that you can only fire them if you haven't moved, whereas snapshot does allow you the option to move and fire with an aim penalty. You can also, also because of the fact they mainly use sniper rifles, you may be interested in trying to give them stronger handguns, which I usually tend to do, but it depends what you want to do there. So that's your main 4 classes, folks. Now, in regards to actually making a character for this LP, now there's a couple parts to this. First of all, we'll touch on, what actually design-wise there is, folks. If we go into the customize, I luckily, because I pre-ordered the game, I got hold of the pack that allows a sugar's ton worth of customization options. So we shall use this guy, Mao Chin Chun. Yes, that. So you can give me, in the comment section below, ideally, you can give me any specifics you want on your characters. So it's your first name, which is, for the purposes of the version I'm playing, is going to be 11 characters long. The last name, which is 15. Please, nothing too vulgar. Nicknames are just randomly given for the game, folks. I don't remember if I can edit those. I do forget. You got a choice of 4 different races. I cannot affect which country you come from, unfortunately. That was only important in XCOM 2. Weirdly enough, you could do that in XCOM 1. But it's kind of irrelevant, folks. So you've got the race. You've got white, black, sort of more. I believe it's sort of more Asian-y is the idea. And then you've got sort of mixed, I guess. That is a really. Let me try and get a better looking. Something else I can use. And there's also, there's a female version for it as well, folks. As well, the females have got all their own versions. Let's use Alan here. Hello, Alan. How do you do today? So you got that. There's a selection of voices as well you can use, which will just vary the tones of your characters, which I'll sample for you guys in a moment. Your actual main features in the game aren't too important. When you choose a race, it gives you a rough, a random assignment of like the head and your actual skin tone and that sort of thing, folks. So if you're that specific, then fine. If not, then just leave it a random chance. It's not too important. As well as like characters' hair as well. Whoops. Characters' hair as well. There are, in addition to lots of hairstyles, there are a couple of helmet choices, folks. If you do want one of these, let me know, and it can be sorted out for you. What is that guy wearing a pirate hat? God knows. So if you are interested in any of these 3 in particular, let me know. Just a rule I've always done with XCOM is when I don't give people helmets until they are actually given a nickname. It's kind of like you got to earn your helmets, folks, because they're kind of cool. That one I do like, so that's fine. So let me know about that. There's a variety of hair colours as well, which does affect your eyebrows, interestingly. So yeah, that's a thing. Facial hair as well, if you're remotely interested in that kind of detail. Again, you don't have to. There's a couple different armor designs, folks. You've got the XCOM version for this one, as well as you've also got this version here, which is basically based off the older XCOM game. This was the armor style that they had. So that's a thing. You can have whichever one of those, and that does also affect. Does that affect the? I don't think it affects the helmets at all. No, just obviously some suit better than others. So there you go. And lastly, is probably the most important one out of the lot is the armor tint, folks, which will affect the color of your armor. You can have it whatever you desire, folks. It's completely up to you. This is armor tint 0 is the standard one that's given to all rookies. However, you can change to any of the colors you've got here, folks, as I'll just slowly cycle you through these. I always like that one there. What I've always tended to do is kind of like when I've gotten characters randomly, based on what nationality they are, change what colours scheme I gave them. Of course, if you guys are designing characters, it makes absolutely no difference. So there's the black and sort of grey and white there, which I kind of like. One's not so great. Blue and white there. Some of these I do like. I always like the green one, naturally. So you got the 2 variants there. There's another blue and white. Red and yellows, blue and orangey. Just cycle through the rest of these. There's sort of a real dark one there, kind of deserty. That's different. That's very different. I'm sure that is going to reduce your camo index rating, so please don't choose that. Well, I can't stop you. There's that one as well. That one there. That one. White. That one there. That one there. That one there. And we're back to the start. This also does affect as well if you do decide you want the other armor here. I'll just cycle through these a little bit quicker. Here's the other armor colors for those, because some people might well want that, because, you know, it's different. People like different, right? Cycle through theirs. That's just... cycle through theirs. Feel free to pause the video and have a look at one if you want to. There we go. Very nice, folks. So, say when you give me give me the name. Say 11 characters for the first name, last name of 15. I check that out, and any other particular details that you're remotely interested in down here. You do not have to fill everything out at all if you don't want to. If you want to, just give me an armor color and a race, and if that's all you want, that's all you want. That's fine. Because this isn't the most important part. What's going to be the important part is regarding to classes. Now, I don't know exactly what kind of response I'm going to get for this, folks, because there may be some of you guys who just want to be maybe interested in the game. However, I'm sure there'll be some people that are interested in being a particular class, for example. So I might get someone who only wants to be a heavy. I may get someone who might want to say, well, can I either be an assault or a sniper? I don't really know what I'm going to get, folks. So what I'm going to do in regards to this part here is when you're submitting a character, tell me if you want to be a particular class or not. If you don't want to be a particular class, that's not a problem at all. Because the way that I'm going to run this is to make it fair, because I don't know exactly how many people I'm going to get through on this. Hopefully not a huge amount, but in a way I hope a lot, but then people have got to start dying. You see the problem. Is the only fair way that I can do this is that I am basically going to be running name choosing by picking a name out of a hat, folks. It's the only fair way that I can do this. And, as I say, people may be wanting a particular class. I don't know. What I am going to do is... in regards to, because people will probably want their own specific classes, is I'm actually basically going to have 4 different pots, if you will. I'm going to have a pot for each class type, so that if someone wants to be a sniper, I don't pick out their name and it turns out that they're support, and they don't want to be a support, so I'm going to have to re-pick it, because then we could be here all bloody day. And so that means that if you want to be a particular class, maybe 2 particular classes, then you will only be in those respective pots. If you don't care which class you are and you don't mind at all, then you'll have a name in every pot, so that you've got a chance when I pick a character out to go into the LP, you'll always have a chance to be picked. Whereas if it's a class that you're not interested in, because the class that's assigned to a character is completely random, so I have no control over that. If it's a class you're not interested in, you don't have to worry about you being chosen out accidentally and being a class that you don't want to be. So that is how I'm going to get around that, folks. And as I say, if you don't mind being any class, then you've got a name in every single pot. So in that respect, you've probably got more chance of being chosen to defend the world in this LP than if you only are interested in one class particularly. So that's how we're going to run things, folks. As I say, I cannot control what nationality flag you have, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really going to matter too much. That it's a minor detail. It's not really important. Can I change people's nicknames? Oh, I can change people's nicknames. Okay, then I didn't know. How many characters am I going to get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 11 characters for a nickname. Okay, then. I believe you can only get a nickname when you get to Sergeant. I believe you are allowed to get a nickname. So, if you have a particular nickname you also want, then you can again also put that in, and I will apply that to your character when they have earned their respective thing. their respective rank to get hold of that, folks. So there you go. Right, I think that's probably about it. I don't think there's anything that I have left out. That is probably going to be all everywhere. I say I can hire rookie soldiers at any point, which will cost me X amount, and they take a few days. How long do they take to get soldiers in? A few days, so that's not so bad. I'm not going to talk at all about how this overview section works of the game. It's not important right now. We'll deal with this all later in the actual main LP, folks. That's where I want to leave us to be. So I'm going to leave this video up for a few days to let people get in their submissions, and so I can prep everything I need to for the LP. Again, please, 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 I'd love to have as many of you as I can in this LP. I cannot guarantee that every single person will get into this run, unfortunately. But if you don't enter, then you never had a chance, is the way I look at it, folks. But I'm sure it is going to be a fantastic LP. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. As I say, I would love to have as many of you guys in as possible. You know, and you can fill out your character creation as full or as minimalistic as you desire. It's up to you, folks. I'm not going to stop it. And oh yes, one last thing as well before we end the video. I know people are going to ask this question, and probably have already put it in comments, ready to post at the video's end. The way I'm going to run this game will be run on Classic, which is a pretty tricky game. There will be no tutorial. And I may also be running some second wave options here, which are slight modifiers to the game. I may run a couple of these, nothing in particular. I might run some randomers, just to make things completely random. So I might run like new economy, which means that I'll get random amounts of funding from random countries. So I don't know who is going to be more important where, which could be interesting. You know, hidden potential. There's a whole selection of things here that I've unlocked because I've completed the game on Impossible, so I've got full choice here. So I might play a couple of those. But that is going to be all for part 0 of this game. So I eagerly look forward to getting submissions in. I don't know exactly when I'm going to close admissions. I'm probably closing it some point. Say the end of Sunday, going into Monday. At some point I will close admissions into the LP, folks, so make sure you've set this by then. You'll know that I've closed admissions because I will be changing the title of this video and it will say close at the end. At that point, please do not send me any more submissions because you will not be, it's very unlikely you'll make it into the game. Alright then, so thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope for those of you who don't know much about XCOM that you're at least a little bit more, you know, interested in what the game will provide. It's going to be very interesting. The very harsh nature of it, and the fact that I'm not going to be safe scumming my way and reloading turns if things go bad. If things go bad, I've got to dig myself out of that situation, and if things go bad, I don't know what's going to happen, folks. But it should be a fantastic LP, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to hearing it. And then last time, please, I want to see as many submissions as I can, because if I don't, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna make this LP just a little bit sad in a way. If we get a lot of submissions in, it's gonna make this LP far, far better than what I think it already will be, folks. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. But as for that, that's going to be all for this video, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in a few days, where we will be getting our main LP started out with. So thank you much for watching, and I will see you next time. See you then!